Greetings. I hope you all are doing well. I'd like to thank you for stopping by once again. For those who are revisiting me, and for those who are new, welcome. Kindred spirits, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you here. So, today the topic of discussion is, are you having difficulty with spiritual growth or your spiritual growth and development? Now, let me just say, I'm not here stating that I have the answers to it all. I'm just here as an example. And then this might give you some ideas of what you might need to do. Okay, so we feel me? Like I stated, I'm not here saying that I have all of the answers, but I'm here as an example. And even when people present themselves as an example, do not try to do or be like them. I stated, I'm here as an example in hopes to trigger some creative ideas in yourself. Okay, you got me? All right. Okay, let's get talking and get started. All right. So, I want to first speak on spirituality versus authenticity. A lot of people are saying that word spirituality is trending. Well, these words had to come from somewhere, okay? Because there was a point in time where we didn't have to use a lot of this. Notice, we have 2 eyes to pay more attention, 2 nostrils, meaning to inhale more, because inhaling, the life force, energizes and charges the brain as well as the body. 2 ears to listen more, 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 feet to put more action in. But you're only given 1 mouth to talk less. Yes. Use less of that and pay more attention. Listen, not just hear, but listen more. Okay? So, the reason why I say spirituality versus authenticity, because I have put out there that your spirit is the true you. It's the authentic you. It's that portion of the sustainer, the universe, the most high, the higher power that's within. It's a portion. And I want you to really listen to what I'm saying and not just hear me, because you might miss the most important parts of what I have to say. Because what I want to incite within you is that part of you, that creative you, that is that portion of a greater spirit that has been, let's say, parted or loaned to you. Well, I don't want to say loan. Let's not use that word loan, but that portion of a greater spirit that you utilize, which is really your authentic self, your true self. It's who you're trying to tap into. Because when you were born and as you grew up, you had a lot of influences and programming that had been bestowed upon your soul, which created your ego. Your ego is not your true self. It's what you show others. It's that mask. And what you want to do is teach ego about the truer you. He was like, Anita, what do you mean? Teach my ego. Did you hear me? I said that as you grew up from the time you were born, you were given influences and programming, which created the ego. It created a mask for you, unless you were just that aware to not allow those influences and programming to be a bigger teaching or tool to get you off your path. So what we want you to do is to get you on your path. And I want to use this psychoanalysis, psychotherapy, so you can teach yourself how to heal. Yes, I call myself Anita the Healer. And that is because I am a healer herself. And all I want to do is help you find your own tools and means for healing yourself. I'm not here to heal you. No. And if you pay attention, you can do it. So the next question might be, well, dang, Anita, why is spiritual growth and development is so hard? It's not hard. It really isn't. It's just what you perceive it to be. So from the time you grew up until the time now, you have been given influences and programming. So now these are habits that has developed that now you might think are hard to break because you're so used to doing these things. But if you become very determined to change those ways, to teach the ego the authentic way of who you truly are from the time you were born, you came in very authentic. So now you want to get back to that authenticity. And that's all I'm here to do, is to assist you and help you become aware. And then from there, you can tap into your own healing tools. And processes. So let's continue. Okay, so you have an inner knowing and awareness. And the reason why I am not here to heal you, but to teach you how to heal yourself, because you have an inner knowing and awareness that's already planted there for you. It's all about remembering. Meaning you may have to take backward steps, do the moonwalk in your mind. Yes, do the moonwalk in your mind. Travel back in time and remember that child. Because that child who got detoured off her path or his path is still there. We call it the inner child. Why we call that the inner child is because somewhere we got detached from our childhood too soon. And reason why I say we got detached from our childhood too soon, because it was never meant for us to release that inner child. Of course, at some point, that inner child has to mature and still be able to still tap into that inner child when it comes to having fun and living life to your fullest. So the cells in our body has a memory bank that does not forget. The encodings that we receive upon entering into the womb of our mothers And it is mothers, because men cannot give birth. I don't care how much you want to change your sexuality. What makes a woman a woman? Not because a doctor said it, but because the capabilities that she has already naturally within her, it's what makes her a mother. Why do we label it mother? Well, for one, this is the English language, and so we translate from other languages what that capability that gives a woman the right to be nurturing. And it's not to say a man isn't nurturing. No. Because all of us have masculine and feminine energies, but all of us in this realm have only certain capabilities that no one else can do. Okay? And that goes from skills, talents, what is it? Skills, talents, and gifts. All right? But certain genders are gifted with just special qualities just for that gender. Okay? All right? And I don't care who disagree, because we talking about facts, truths, if you want to put it that way. Because some people think facts aren't truths and truths aren't facts. So whatever you know to be the fact or truth for you, it is a natural, organic process that only each gender comes here with. Okay? And until you're gifted or naturally born in to do otherwise, right now, we're speaking about what you're organically capable of doing. Okay? So don't let society plant inside your mind that's not meant to be there. And just understand, even your parents or your friends, relatives, strangers, just know that they came into this world and they had influences and programming, habits placed upon them through the programming, what they call institutions. All right? Okay, so you are already encoded cosmically. You're born into this world upon certain planetary, star system, heavenly bodies. At that time of your birth, these energies was hitting the planet. So those cells were already programmed for your purpose and mission here in life. Okay? And of course, a lot of people don't believe in astronomy, astrology, and all of this. And it's all because of their influences, programming, and habits that was imposed upon them as they grew up. So you got to remember that. If you did not have the influences of others and had to rely upon your own source of knowing, you having to figure out life for yourself, you will be doing it from an authentic place from within. And you will give titles and names to things as you feel deemed to. And that's what we're asking you to do. Yet you're using the language that you speak. No matter what language you speak, you're using that language to relay. And if you did not have a language that you spoke, what you would do, recall pictures, recall sounds, recall feelings, to help you with your gathering of research in this dimension and or realm. Okay? So, let's move on. Okay, so as I just stated, you have your inner knowing and awareness, that which you were already born with, that you are trying to recall, remember. So what happens? Of course, this human body, you get to a point of being forgetful. So you don't remember everything. Not everybody does. Now, there are just special beings who remember everything, who has a mission to remember everything, to help with your guidance. Just a guide and support, nothing more, not to hinder your own authentic growth and development. As adults, we're here and responsible for your safety, for allowing you to live your life and accept you for who you are and not interfere with your authenticity. So, over a period of time, the universe, your spirit guides, your ancestors who has already transitioned over, and your spiritual ancestors who has not yet come into this life, and some ascended masters who are connected to you, if you have those connected to you, are in charge of helping you, but not interfering with your human experiences. So, when it is time, they give you signs and synchronicities to assist you with an awakening, to help you realize, to take notice to certain things, so that you can stay or get on your path toward your life mission and purpose. So, sometimes these signs come in the form of numbers. Sometimes they come in the form of pictures, because you can relate more to pictures than you can to anything else, because of what you are exposed to visually. And then too, even some sounds might sound strange, but we compute them and analyze them from within. So you have to remember, this is why we have to learn to accept others for who they are and not try to change them because of what we like and dislike. We have to accept them because they're processing their journey in their own way. So we can't interfere. All we can do is just offer support and assistance and remind them and encourage them to keep moving forward, as I am doing my best to do with you, to keep moving forward. So basically, this information that I'm giving to you, you can take it or leave it. It's all about you and what you're ready for right now. This is autumn. Autumn is here. So this is October 6th. And we're entering into autumn if we have not already entered into autumn. But now some of us are feeling that energy of change, where in autumn a lot of leaves fall. And I don't want to get too deep into the reason the season is called autumn or fall. Just know that with each season, there comes a new growth and development within us. So again, we are given signs, synchronicities to assist us with an awakening. And just know that awakenings are ongoing. And yeah, I'm about to speak about that. Hold on just a moment, before we continue. So I state, awakenings are ongoing, just like life is ongoing, and it's a continuous learning experience. We are here as student to the human experience we call life. But life is all around us, in the trees, in the grass, in the animals, in the sky. It's all around us as well as within us. It's on us. It's a constant change. Nothing stays the same. It might look the same, but not necessarily. The inner workings is going to be the same. So, awakening is ongoing. It never stops. So even though you might get tired and want to get so caught up in what this portion of society is offering to us, even that has to change. Because if society does not coincide and move along with change, society then, or that society which you're in, comes to an end. And the reason for that is because it's a universal law. When change is here, everything must change. Everything. And if everything doesn't change, the universe causes a tower moment, or it just causes chaos and conflict until those changes happen. So just know that sometimes when you experience chaos and conflict, you experience that to usher in your change. And as long as you resist change, you're going to experience that chaos and conflict until you change your perception and know that change is good. So when you come to accept that change in your life as something that you have to get ready for it. Because once you fight against it is when you experience chaos and conflict. When you accept it, then it's a peaceful transition over into a new beginning. Okay? It's just as simple as that. Knowing it, feeling it, being it, ready for change. Oh, yes. You might ask me, Anita, what was your change like? Oh, it was chaotic and a lot of conflict. This is why I'm able to tell you. But if you can sense change coming, prepare yourself and not fight against it. Accept it, just like you accept the flaws within yourself and in others. Okay? Okay, so along with these changes on your spiritual path towards your authenticity or coming inwardly, because your journey is never outwardly. It isn't. Because only the changes that go on within you affects what goes on outside of you. So this is why you have to get you within correct. Along with these awakenings bring about characteristic and personality changes. It's like I said, no one stays the same. At some point, you have to change. And when you fight against that change, there is conflict and chaos. So just expect there are going to be some characteristic changes, personality changes, especially when you're journeying towards your authentic self. Because then you peel off the mask of ego and you let it go. Along with those forces and energies outside of yourself, you let it go if they do not comply with the changes that's going on within you. Because when you sense change and you feel you're ready to change, it reflects your environment. Those who you used to enjoy the company of may change. Where you live may change. How you dress may change. How you look may change. Changes. It's always good. Change may also be bad. Not necessarily bad for you, might be bad for others because you're changing. It is always a balance. What's good for you may not be good for others. But that doesn't mean it's bad, because even when it affects another person in a bad manner, it's affecting them to the point where they have to make a change for themselves. It may not be at the time that you're making your change. Okay? So don't feel bad when it's time for your change to come. It's time for the world that you've been living in to end. The world is ending. It's coming to an end because you're changing and having an effect on your own world. You are bringing a world that you used to know to an end. Not necessarily the earth ending, but a world that you used to know is now coming to an end. Okay, so let's get to cosmic knowledge. And let me break it down to you first, what cosmic knowledge is all about. Let's define that word cosmic. Okay, so as stated, cosmic is universal. It can be metaphysical, spiritual, but and also extraterrestrial, not of this world. So, you might ask me, Anita, how do we get to that part of the cosmos to receive its learning? You are the micro of the macro. So remember, I stated that your environment is a reflection of what's within you. So to connect cosmically, you got to think outside of the box, because the heavens is a representation of the mental state as well as that authentic state. So to even tap into the authentic state, you got to remember the creative vastness of thinking that comes from within, that's already encoded within you. So in order to understand the cosmic knowledge, it's not going to be like my cosmic knowledge. It's not going to be like the next person's cosmic knowledge, because it's coming from within. You are a different representation from within the universe. So you got to bring that creative side of you from within and express it and show the world that portion of the sustainer, the universe, the Most High, a higher thinking or self. Express it through you. All of the cosmic knowledge that you desire is already there. And the reason why you're saying, I desire cosmic knowledge, because you have forgotten due to growing up with different influences, programmings, and being presented with certain habits that wasn't you. When you can relieve or pull back that mask of ego, you can tap into the creative cosmos, because the cosmos beats on a rhythm. It has a certain rhythm, a certain melody that only you are familiar with. So I can't tell you. I can probably relate to some of your experiences. I can probably tell you some of my experiences, and you can relate to them and think that they are the same. But no, that's not the same. Because what I go through, you're not going exactly through the same thing. Somewhere your changes might detour from the exact path that I am moving. Okay? So I hope that gave you some clarity about your cosmic knowledge. It's all about what I'm going to speak to you next, certain inner synchronicities to assist you with understanding your cosmic knowledge. Okay, so as I stated earlier in regards to signs, symptoms of awakening, now we get to this portion of our awareness where we're trying to figure out the knowledge of the cosmos. Just know you have an inner universe, and that inner universe is constantly trying to make you aware of the knowledge that you need, that you're having the experience as a human is coming from within. Those synchronicities or inner synchronicities, as well as some outer synchronicities. Some of the inner synchronicities are your intuition. Yes, dreams. And should I say feelings? Because some people don't think their intuition are their feelings. Certain thoughts that just pop into your head, that's like your intuition, but you feel what you're thinking. You feel it. And you have an inner video, or your imagination is trying to show you something. Okay? So then these outer synchronicities, like I stated before, you see numbers, repeating pictures, repeating statements, hearing things from other people being said, confirm as what you were feeling, some of the dreams you've dreamt, the intuitions that you're getting. You will get confirmation that you're on the right path if you're constantly seeing, hearing, and feeling. All of it combined has an interplay of what you need to know about your cosmic knowledge. You're being reminded. You already know. It's already within you, love. We're just giving you reminders through synchronicities, serendipity, meeting people, chance meetings. And some of these chance meetings is also a part of your learning. People that you decide to settle down with, people you come in contact with, you think are your soulmates. They could be just your kindred spirits or people of a kindred like family status that you bump into, who are just here to awaken you, to help you realize certain things about what you've already confirmed from within you, that you've already been experiencing and feeling, and especially dreaming. Okay? So we got that part. I hope you do. If you don't, please let me know so I can give clarity. Okay? Okay, and lastly, I want to speak about is meditation and prayer. And I have said it so many times about meditations and praying, and how you stay in tune with your inner universe. Meditation. Let's speak first on prayer before we get to the meditation part, okay? So prayer is just a conversation with the other dimensions, those who are there listening, who are in tune with this dimension, and they are in tune with you and your path, your mission, your purpose, those you're connected to. They may be your spirit guides. They may be your ancestors who are not here in human form, as well as ascended masters if you are connected to them. And I'm not saying ascended masters are connected with everyone. Only those who come here who can master this realm. They are the ascended masters. They come here to master it in order to be a human guide or teacher, as well as your support system. Okay? So, prayer is just a conversation with those to assist you. You tell them what you need. You say how to pray. Be creative. Create a prayer that you can, connect with emotionally, mentally, authentically. If you don't want to use the word spiritually, connect with creative words to express yourself to those who are waiting to carry out those tasks to assist you. Remember, the spirit guides, ancestors, and or ascended masters cannot interfere unless you ask them. And that also includes those who are of another energetic influence. You know, some people call them demons or whatnot. But they can't interfere unless you open the window or door of opportunity to them. And even if they try to interfere, you still have that power to put up your shield and bring out your spiritual sword to protect yourself. So this is why you need prayer. To ask those on the other side in a different dimension that you cannot see, you sometimes feel, some people sometimes see, they sense that there are other energies close by. Some of them feel good, some of them feel weighted down or not so good. But we want to talk to those who are here on our behalf to assist us. So, create a conversation. I'm not going to tell you what to say. And I can tell you what I say. But I'm not going to say it right now unless you contact me personally. And I'll share it with you. Otherwise, you create your own conversation of sayings. Now, meditation. Meditation, you sit. You don't necessarily have to, cross your legs, and you just put yourself in a comfortable position with some nice flowing music if you want it, or you can listen to the music of nature to tune you in to your inner thoughts, inner feelings. Be at one. Come to peace with it so that you may carefully listen to some of the answers, some of the conversation, discussions, topics, subjects that's being spoken about from your spirit guides, ancestors, and or ascended masters. Yes, that's what meditation is all about. Tuning in to that source of energy that is very subtle, that you have to make sure your environment is really quiet. And if not really quiet, you're tuning into your environment, because sometimes you don't have to have quiet to tune in. Sometimes you need music to feel a higher form of vibration that's trying to communicate within. And for me, I use music because I have to feel it. And once I get on a certain melody, path, or tone, I can tune in. But it's different for everybody. That's why I say, you can't do like me. You can only do like you. And that's all I want to assist you with. Okay? So meditation is about listening and tuning in to the subtle sounds, the subtle voices, the subtle messages that you need to help you along your human experiences. All right, kindred spirits, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this ends this portion of my support, guidance, assistance to you, to assist you, help you, guide you to learn about your own healing tools. Yes? But next week, or the next time, let's not say next week, because I don't know what tomorrow will bring. But I am always hoping for the best. How was your day, Anita? Oh, I am having my best day. So next time we meet again, I want to get into the portion about health and authenticity, or health and spirituality for those who prefer to use that term. Because really terms don't matter, because as I stated earlier, we listen more, we pay attention more, we do more than what we say. So words don't matter. Because your perception of what you have processed visually, what you heard, what you felt, and how you bring all of that processing out into action is really up to you. We got to figure out what's best for ourselves and not what's best for the others, and get out of the habit of judging. We have to remember we're all here on a long walk on this short human experience we call a journey. Until next time, I don't want to call you campers, because I was just about to say that, but my kindred family, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, until that time, peace, stay blessed, and know that this is just a human experience. Remember also that you have a purpose, you have a mission here. So how are you preparing and planning while you're vacationing here on Earth, on Gaia, on Tiamat? Peace. Stay blessed.